There's no hiding it anymore. And if you're in denial, who else needs to be killed? Who else needs to be killed in order for you to see there's an issue in the Black community? Hello, my name is Kudo and welcome to my channel. I hope that everyone's doing well, and I'm sure everyone's heard the news lately about the beating of a young man. I believe his name is Tyre Nichols. This event happened in Memphis, and it's very tragic to hear. Memphis, Tennessee, of course. It's a city where it's majority Black, I believe. Yes, majority Black city. Not very a safe city to be in. It's probably ranked in the top 10 most dangerous cities to live in America. So it's a very dangerous city. So the fact that these events happened in the city of Memphis isn't really too surprising. Oh, there's a twist. If you haven't heard, all of the people who beat him to death, unfortunately, may he rest in peace, and the families are able to heal from these events and get the justice they deserve. The men that killed this man were all Black police officers. That's the twist, if you haven't heard. And it's time to speak up about this issue that's going on in the Black community. It is so obvious at this point, and we can't wait any longer. It's just going to keep getting worse and worse, and it's to the point where everybody else is seeing it. We can't hide it anymore. You can't keep pushing it under the rug. It's to the point where the police officers are killing people. There's no hiding it anymore. And if you're in denial, who else needs to be killed? Who else needs to be killed in order for you to see there's an issue in the Black community? And it's obvious. We have grown men. We have grown men killing each other, and they're police officers. Grown men that are police officers killing people when they're supposed to be your protector. It is so obvious there's an issue in the Black community, and specifically, like I said in my last video, the anti-Asianness within the Black community. I said this. I don't remember the timestamp. Go and check it out. But there is an issue in the Black community, specifically with Black men. Someone in the comments told me that Black men are a lost cause, and I don't agree, but I don't disagree. I don't believe anyone's a lost cause until they kill someone, like these 5 men did, till they kill someone. That's when they're a lost cause. But in the meantime, we need to focus on our youth, focus on them not repeating these mistakes, these tragedies, heinous crimes against another person, another individual. There's just so many events that are being quiet. Like, no one wants to talk about it with Black people towards other Black people. Every 5.5 hours, a Black woman is getting killed by her baby daddy, by her husband, by a family member that are Black males. Every 5.5 hours. It used to be every 6 hours, but over the last half a year, it's went up to 5.5. It might even be every 5 hours now. I'm not sure. I haven't. It's just too depressing. I haven't really given the time of day to go look into it more. It's just so many faces, young women, mothers, just being killed by these men that they loved. Black men killing each other. But we've been doing it. Well, they've been doing it for a while now. It's just part of the culture, you know, part of our music, part of the community that is slowly killing itself, slowly being repeated over and over and over. And at this point, the adults are a lost cause. These women keep getting with these men, repeating the cycle. These young girls my age repeating the cycle of their mothers. They're just a lost cause, you know, and it's up to the normal people, I suppose. I have no other way to phrase it. I don't know. To put an end to it and to stop these shenanigans and just address the issue for what it is. Like, we're not going to avoid it. Like, please stop avoiding this issue. The first step to fixing a problem is to addressing it. We have to address it. We have to bring it to light in order to fix the problem. You can't just avoid a topic hoping it'll go away. That's not how problems get solved. That's not how issues get a solution. You have to look it in the face and say, what can I do? Look in the mirror. The famous words of Michael Jackson. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. And I already started by looking at her and saying, what is it that you can do to help make a difference? I don't know. That's why I'm here, making this video. What is it that we can do to make a difference? I don't know who else is going to have to die, who else is going to have to cry, who else is going to have to suffer alone because they just feel alone in this world where no one cares but anything but themselves, and these young men are just, they don't know what to do. There's no leaders trying to fix the problem. We're all just blaming it on racism. I believe there was an article, because I watched the video by Candace Owens, and apparently they're blaming Tyre Nichols' death on internal racism. Where is this article? Who is this tyrant? Who wrote that? Like, who put that? Who wrote that? I don't remember. Go check out Candace Owens. She talks about it in her most recent video about Tyre Nichols and who wrote the article. I can't find it, so I'm thinking it got deleted for backlash. Rightfully so. But it just seems that we're so brainwashed in like the Stockholm syndrome, or maybe it's more of a Twilight Zone Mandela effect where no one wants to take responsibility for their own actions, so we're just gonna blame it on someone else. This is why these things are happening in the first place. No one wants to take responsibility. No one wants to take accountability. That's the issue. One main thing that really stuck out to me was that I didn't hear about this killing at all until I believe like a day after he had passed in the hospital, and they said they were gonna like release the footage or whatever. You know, like Candace Owens says, like freaking advertising it like it was a trailer to a movie, which is sick. I haven't watched the video and I don't want to because it sounds horrible. But I have read the articles saying how they beat him like a human pinata. I had not heard anything about this beating, or like a day after. I don't really know when I found out, but it was just so sudden, like so quieted, and I was just like, wait, what happened? I was busy, you know, school and whatnot, work, so I didn't really have the time out to like really look into it, you know. Let's just imagine if the men that killed Tyre Nichols were white, and not only white, imagine if they were white police officers. There would be no end. We would be hearing about it nonstop. We would be hearing about it 24/7, every waking moment. We would be hearing about this death. So how come it's that I didn't hear about it at the rate of George Floyd, who was on drugs, in the middle of a drug deal. He was dealing drugs. Sorry for the background noise. This is my roommate, who has been confirmed to have drugs in his system his autopsy said that he was high, I believe, fentanyl. And once again, I'll reference Candace Owens. She covered this story and about how George Floyd's family was using his death to make a profit. Unlike this situation where they were actually saddened by their family members' loss. But my point is, how come it's not as mainstream? How come it's so not as angering when it's a black police officer? I thought the issue was police officers. So why are people not as mad? It's all to do with color. How are you going to expect other races to respect black people when black people don't even respect themselves? It doesn't make sense. You get mad when a white police officer kills a black man. But when we got five black men killing, not even shooting, kneeing in the back of the neck because they're on drugs, beating another man. Nobody cares. I heard from my own close friend or my close source, they said that the protest wasn't all that. It was a peaceful protest, but no one was really there knowing why they were protesting. No one knows. They were just there. So my point of this video was to just point out the fact that the issue, the underlying issue of this tragic death is that it's not racism that is the issue of this black community. Racism isn't the problem. It's not. It's really not. We have 5 black men that were in the position of authority, a position of power. And what did they use it for? You can't even say that. Just hush. You can't say that the white man made him do it. The point being the point. The black community is on fire, and not in a good way. That the one judge said, these black men are killing each other more than the Ku Klux Klan are killing black people. We're doing it for them, and they're the actual racists. They're the actual people that don't like black people. And they don't even have to lift a finger. We got 5 black men killing 1, and they're police officers. If you really think racism is the issue, this whole situation was proof that it isn't. Because if racism was an issue, those 5 black men wouldn't even be police officers. Why aren't they using their authority for good? Why aren't they protecting people? These are questions you need to ask yourself if you have this victim mentality that black people are these victims and they don't know how to get out of poverty. And these black men just keep implementing what the culture's all about in the seat of authority, in the seat of having some type of power. They're sitting here living out their lives, following this culture of wanting to be a gangster, of wanting to be a hoodlum, of wanting to be a hood rat, of wanting to be hard, of wanting to be what? Can anyone tell me? What exactly is the point of putting up this facade that you're hard? I need to know. Ever since I was a young girl, I just never understood it. I've always been the odd one out. As you can see, my sense of style is very strange amongst the black culture. I've always endured and embraced my differences. It's always set me apart. It's always made me the odd one out amongst black girls and amongst black boys. I never really got along with my fellow black community. They said I was too light. They said I was too white. They said all these things. While I can see what the world is really for, y'all are just they're constantly in this world of denial, where I see the world for what it is and they see the world for what they want it to be. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, is this a community you want to be a part of? Is this the life you want to live for the rest of your life? Always trying to be something you are not. I don't know what else to say. Forever rest in peace. My condolences to the family. My condolences to you. Have a good day. Please subscribe, like this video, or dislike. I don't really care at this point. I hope we can all find a common ground, make a difference. Have a good night, good day, good evening. Thanks for watching.